last bullet, right of refusal.
Right of first refusal.
Sorry, once again for camera. So what's that question regarding, the bullet regarding right of first refusal?
Okay, who knows what right of first refusal is here? Go ahead, Craig.
It's the ability of the company or the other partners to buy back the shares rather than have them be distributed elsewhere.
Okay, buyback. How about you, Jerry?
That's essentially what
Okay. You have the right of refusing first. And then we're talking about exit strategy. How can you remove your partners? So it may be a board decision, right? But without removing them, can you change their role of responsibility? Maybe they're not that great at marketing or not, a good executor. Can they do something else that would contribute to the startup? Keep in mind that partners may be terminated. So there's a difference between the role as a shareholder and the role as an employee or operating partner. So I think I spoke about that before. What happens to the vested stock, right? Do you keep it, sell it back, sell it to your competitor? We talk about right of first refusal again, buyback, and then determination of sell price. What would the price be? Would it be the price that, that's really, really low, like 0.00001, or is it going to be the market price or another price? And then also, can they build a competing company? So I think we spoke about that. That's regarding non-compete and also IP. This is interesting. It's called a Texas draw provision. It's just really a clever way. So if Cindy decides to exit, she names the price. She is willing to pay to buy out Dave. But Dave, instead of selling, can buy out Cindy at the same price. What does it do? So that it makes sure that the price is fair, right? So this is really some clever ways to manage your terms. And how can you sell the company or its asset? What would the terms be like? So think about that. We're going to talk about acceleration and change of control. Applies to people who want an exit, and not necessarily. Well, the most important thing is really the definition of change of control. So make sure that you speak with your lawyer about that, what that means. It should be defined in the agreement. And it should have a series of A, B, C, D, naming each event, right? So there's a single trigger accelerator. The most ideal thing for entrepreneur is full vesting upon a change of control. So when someone buys your company, all your shares vest, all right? Okay, what if Google says no? How about full vesting upon a change of control after a transition period? Google, how about all my shares vest after like 90 days or a year, right? And then if Google say no to this and that, well, how about some of these stock will accelerate when you buy us? On the condition that I will remain employed by you. Question?
Yeah, I have a question on the definition of control. Based on the fact that if one of the founders is investing out his retirement plan, there is a constraint there saying that you can invest but not in a company where you have control. So the definition of control in a startup is very important for, let's say, one of the partners who wants to invest out of his own retirement.
Yeah, I think the question is kind of not related to this because we're talking about shares are vesting or not vesting based on change of control.
What is control?
Yeah, well, control is defined in your agreement. You have to talk to your lawyer and ask them what control is. Usually, in the context of stock agreements, or shareholders agreement, it usually means acquisition and a list of other elements. But for your situation, is a little bit different. Okay, and then control could, in other situations, control could mean you own 51% of the company, or X amount of the company. So, it's really something that you really have to look at your agreement to tell. Okay, and then we're going to talk about double trigger accelerator. So when there's two triggers, do you have a partial or full acceleration? And then double trigger means usually a change of control and a termination without cause within 1 year. Just as an example. Okay, and this is one of the most important things because since we're talking about why we need an agreement, so what if you ask for partial acceleration upon a termination without cause? So here it's significant because if someone terminates you because they have no cause, or you quit for a good reason, you can't earn your stock, right? Because you're basically being kind of kicked out. Like, what do, right? So full acceleration is problematic because, startups, you need flexibility. You need to be able to terminate or let go of people so you can have it survive or thrive, right? It may be hard to establish costs, right, legally. And then also you need to grant and issue additional stocks to replace, your partner. So, so you might want to consider this, partial acceleration according to the amount of severance. So, give them partial acceleration for 6 months or something. And I guess the key word here is, what is cause, what is without cause, and those should be in your term sheets or in your terms, clearly defined. Really read the definitions. I think most people don't, but those are important. Questions? All right, it's time. So thank you for coming. I hope you guys find value in this presentation.
Yeah.